so strong. As I still walk on, I think of the things we've done together while our hearts were young. I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel the pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay. My little runaway, run, 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 run away. Hey there friends, how's it going today? David Potts here with Song Notes. I'm excited to bring you a lesson for a sort of old school classic rock song. This is Runaway by Shannon. So this is a tremendously fun song to play. It sort of has a couple different catchy chord progressions and a nice little bit of strumming variety. It changes keys from minor to major. It's just a real fun little circuit to work through time and time again. I've had a blast with this one. So let's get on into it. Helen, this one's going out to you. You've been a member on my website for many, many, many years now, and your patience in requesting this song has paid off because it finally bit my ear, and I'm excited to teach this lesson. It's fun learning these rock classics, okay? Getting started with Diverse. This is the real iconic progression that you're going to see in tons of songs. Sultans of Swing uses this progression. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Happy Together by the Turtles, right? Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles. This progression is called the Andalusian cadence. It's defined by your minor home bass, right? In this case, we're in the key of A minor, and we're just going to walk down the minor key, right? If you notice how the letters are going down the musical alphabet, right? And we're going one chord at a time. And if you play the chords, as I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was so strong. Okay, I was doing one strum per measure there. So the way this is written out is every bar you see is a measure. 2 measures of A minor, 2 measures of G, 2 measures of F, 2 measures of E. 4 counts per measure, okay? And when you're starting, I recommend don't dive into strumming. Learn the chord shapes and the chord progression first. And if you want to sing, hum the melody, right? That's basically what I just did there. Now these chords are pretty, the A minor and the G are pretty standard fare, right? The F, you can play the 6-string big boy version of the F if you want. I prefer to do this middle 4-string version, third, second, first on the middle 4 strings. You can just mute the thickest and thinnest strings. That makes it easier to play, and you're not going to make unwanted noise from these strings, okay? And then if you want and you're able, you can wrap your thumb to get that 1st fret note on the thickest string. That's a little tip I use. I'll link out to all my F major sort of trick videos. There's tons of ways to play F, so don't worry. If you can't do this full version of F, you can still play this song, okay? And then for the E, here's the thing, if you look up the song from other teachers, you might see this written as an E7. You can always play an E7 anytime you see an E in this song. Think of E7 as just an extra special version of E. It's the same foundational major chord. E7 just has one extra note, right? E7, if you want to play it, you could leave the 4th string open. I don't like that one as much. It doesn't brightly ring with that 7th flavor. This is my favorite, with your pinky right here, right? 3rd fret of the 2nd string. The thing is though, this chord is hard to just jump to really quick. So what I like to do is jump to the E and then do the E7 for the 2nd measure if I'm feeling it, right? But again, you don't have to do E7, or you can always do E7, right? I'm just writing up E to keep things simple there, and hopefully that helps. And then one more fun version of E you can do is up here, 7, 6, 7. On string is 5, 4, 3. Nice big open chord. Fairly easy to jump to compared to most of these up the neck chords. And for example, you could do the regular E in the 1st measure and then jump to this one for the 2nd measure. Just lots of different E7 things you can try once you get the hang of things. But let's come back to earth and talk about strumming really quick. Now, the best way to strum this song to capture Shannon's sound, what you hear him doing, and to keep things simple is just to use this pattern. A down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Up, down, up. Now, if you want to count that same thing, you would just get a tempo going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and and 4 and however you need to do it. Just make sure you have a feel for that strumming pattern and that you're playing it at a steady tempo, 4 beats per measure, okay? This song is recorded quite quickly. It's about 154 beats per minute. Definitely don't start that fast. Take it real slow when you're first learning it. And if we strummed, that it would sound like this. We do a single pattern that I just showed you for each chord you see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was so strong. Okay, now there's a couple strumming upgrades we can bring to the table. One of them is for all the measures. If you want, and if you're able, you can do a bass note strum. And what that means is on the 1 count of each measure, you're not going to do a full down strum. You're only going to do a down strum and hit the bass note of the chord that you're playing. And you can think of that as, look at all the strings in the chord, and it's just the thickest string that's part of that chord. So for the A minor, for example, the thickest string that's part of that chord is the 5th string. So you just play that note open on the 1 count. So right? And if I did the sequence, it would be A minor again to G, G again to F, to F again, and to E. The cool thing about the bass note strumming is you can really hear that descending bass line as part of the what you're playing, right? I'm sort of exaggerating the bass note here. Okay, so that is strumming option number 1, adding the bass note strumming. And then the other thing I want to add is for the measures of E. If you listen to Del Shannon's recording, he's actually changing up that strum just for that measure. So that's going to sound a bit like this. He's going to do a... Okay, how to teach this. Number 1, first understand that, yeah, the strumming pattern is changing. But before we get to that, understand that what he's doing is he's doing these like punchy hits on the E chord. And after each hit or each sequence of hits, he's going to sort of silence the strings. See how I am killing the sound that the string is making? I'm doing that by just sort of collapsing my hand and lightening my grip on the fretboard. So it doesn't take much effort or force. If anything, it just takes a very light touch properly applied and your sound goes away. And then you apply that to this pattern. Okay, you can think of this as a down, 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 up, and then you're going to do up, down, up, down, okay? Might take a little bit of listening to the song and just looking at my notes and trying it out yourself, but you can do, okay, that was using all down strums, or you can do an alternating hand motion like this. Okay, that's what you use in the final 2 measures if you want to sound like Del Shannon, right? Let me demonstrate it here for you. Okay, that's one option for the E. Another thing you can do is, because you're going to have to repeat this whole section, you can just do the E like normal. And do that little walk down. Okay, how to do that is, it's all going to happen in the final measure, 2nd fret of the 4th string. Your hand's already there for the E, so you just play where your ring finger is, take your ring finger off, put your ring finger down 3rd fret, like where it would go for a C major chord, and then 1 fret lower than that, 2nd fret, and then open, right? And when you're done, and on the A minor root note, because that's the note you're going to use to strum the A minor when you repeat the whole verse. So that's how to play the verse section of this song. Now let's move on to the chorus, where we're going to change to a major key, which is pretty cool. Let's go. Now the chorus big picture looks like this. There's actually 3 different parts. The first part and the 3rd part are going to use what I'm calling the normal strum. That's the strum we've already learned. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, right? So let me play the first part of the chorus and you can see what I mean. This is going to use an A major chord, for 2 measures, then an F sharp minor chord. Now this is going to be the hardest chord in this song to play, right? You have to bar the 2nd fret on all 6 strings and then add the 4th fret on strings 5 and 4, right? Now if this is too much, what you can try is forgetting your bar on the thickest 2 strings and just do the thinnest 3 or 4 and then add these 2 fingers where they would go anyway. So we're not going to play the thickest string, and then we're going to do 4th, 4th, 2nd, 2nd, 2nd. This makes the chord feel a lot lighter, like lighter to play. This is a lot more effort. When you're getting all 6 strings like this, you have to apply so much pressure on your index finger to get the thickest string and the thinnest string. But if you do this, it just means you're worrying about just about 4 or 5 of the strings. You also could try doing the thinnest 4 strings, but I find this one actually harder to get to compared to this one. This one gives you more room for error. Okay, anyway, that's going to be the F sharp minor. I have a separate video teaching how to play it, and I have a nice little exercise on bar chord strength. If you need to work on getting your bar chord calluses and hand muscles built up, see that lesson. I'll link to it from my lesson webpage. But anyway, A and F sharp minor are going to be most of the chorus. The first chorus is going to sound like, right, this. I'm a-walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel the pain, wishing you were here with me to end my misery. Okay, I just played the chorus part 1. It's that progression twice in a row. A, F sharp minor, F sharp minor. A, F sharp minor, F sharp minor. So then we get to the chorus part 2. This is the real fun part. So to play this section, you're going to go from A to F sharp minor, just like we were before. It's the same chords, but it's the strumming pattern that's different, and it's the strumming pattern that gives it its real sound. It's going to sound like this, right? And with singing, I wonder, whoa, 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 wonder. That might help you put it into vocal context, right? Or audio context. So what am I doing here? I am basically doing these strums of the chord, not that many strums, but I'm silencing the strings in a very selective manner. It's almost like you want to start the measure with the strings silenced. So that means just cover them with your hands or cover them with your pick like this, your strumming hand. And then it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And every time that I'm not strumming those strings, I'm silencing them, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm sort of resting my hand on there as soon as I'm done playing each chord. So that way it's punctuated strums, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What I like to do for the A, instead of doing this, I like to do it up here. 7, 7, 6, 5. This is way easier to silence because you're covering all the strings. There's no open strings. You also could do the full bar chord. But that sounds a bit too grand. Well, it sounds pretty good, but it just sounds kind of bright. I kind of like the more neutral, muted sound of those middle 4 strings. However you want to do it, it's up to you. You can do all down strums if you want. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Anyway, that's how to play the chorus part 2. And then we move on to the chorus part 3. This is the final part of the whole song. It's an 8-measure sequence. It's all using major chords that are easy to play, A, D, and E. And the cool part 2 is we're going to go back to the strumming that we used in the verse and in the first part of the chorus, right? The normal strum. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So you do that pattern, right? Down, down, up, down, up. 1 time for every measure here. So it's 8 measures. So if I did a single strum of each chord, it would sound like this. And I wonder, where will she stay? My little runaway. Run, 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 run away. Okay, so that's me going through the chords from beginning to the end. If I did the strumming pattern, it would be like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and I wonder, where will she stay? My little runaway. Run, 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 run away. And then for the final measure there, you might have heard me do a little cool thing with the E. All that's doing is this little strumming pattern. So on the 1 count, you're actually not going to strum. Think of it as an empty down strum, and then you immediately get in the up, down, up, down, up, down groove, right? So, my little runaway, run, 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 run away. And then you go to an A minor where things are going to start over again in the verse, right? In the song, he goes to a sort of a instrumental verse that's played twice. And then he goes back and repeats the chorus, and that's the whole song. And the last thing I want to show you is the intro to this song, right? This is just 4 measures of A minor, but it's sort of played in a cool way. It sounds like this. A few things going on here. What I want you to do is take A minor, right, the A minor chord, and take the normal strum. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. This is the sort of foundation of things, but we're going to change some stuff. First, we're going to add the bass note strumming on the 1 count only. Okay, got that? Now what I want you to do is on the 3 count and the 4 count, we're not going to do any up strums. We're just going to do the bass notes. Open 6th string, 3rd fret on the 6th string with your left ring or pinky finger, and then you repeat it by starting over again on the open 5th string. So that would sound like this, right? Bass, down, up, bass, 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 bass. Okay? Now from there, a couple things we can do to make it sound a bit more like Del Shannon's recording is for the first down strum you do on the 2 count. I want you to do what's called a raked strum, or kind of rake your pick motion. It basically means instead of just going through all the strings at once, we want to sort of add some contour and some exaggerated slowness to our picking motion. So think of it this way, instead of going a straight line down, I want you to kind of draw a curved line, like an arc on your guitar. And if you follow that path, you're going to kind of naturally get all the strings one after the other, right? Kind of like that's an exaggerated one. So that's called a rake strum. Now the challenge is doing this and staying in time. So when it comes to rake strums, the #1 tip for rhythm, and this is really important, the strum has to end on time. Okay, you can start early, but you have to end on time. And what I mean by that is this strum is on the 2 count, right? And when I say it's on the 2 count, with a rake strum, that means it has to end on the 2 count. You can start the rake a little bit before the 2, but you have to end on the 2, and then every other part of the measure has to be on the beat, right? Okay, so that is really tricky to get the hang of. I would say practice the basics first. Don't worry about the rake, just do bass, down, up, bass, 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 down, up, bass, bass, bass. And when you're ready, try to bring in the rake. Okay, one more thing about this little intro riff is you can add some filler up strums just after the 3 count and the 4 count. So the way to do this is you keep your hand in your A minor shape, and when you do that bass note walk up, you're just going to add light filler strums on the A minor chord notes in between the bass notes, right? It's kind of messy though. It's kind of like it's hard to get all the strings cleanly because your pinky might get in the way. What I like to do is use my ring finger for this 3rd fret note, and then that way I'm playing like an A minor 7, or it basically looks like a C chord. But if I play those notes, it's going to sound okay. Both of those are totally optional though. I kind of don't love how messy it makes the riff. I can't really do it cleanly if I'm doing the rake, so you kind of have to just feel it out. A little goes a long way. If you lightly brush the strings with your pick, that's okay. That adds the sort of filler texture we're looking for. All right, so that's going to do it for this lesson. Make sure you head on over to my lesson webpage. Go to songnotes.net. It's an awesome website. I made it myself. This is lesson 628. If you look up this song, on that page, you're going to find all of the recommended and related videos that I've made, lessons that I've made, helping with the concepts that are used in this song. So that's all over there at songnotes.net, and you can get my practice notes as well, handmade by me. This is sort of a visual companion to everything you need to know to play this song as far as strumming and the chord shapes, different chord options, visualizing the chord progressions, sort of breaking down some of these strumming tips and options and flair and all the stuff that I taught in this lesson. It's all sort of written up well. I'll also link out to a recommended lyric sheet if you want to follow along with something that I recommend. So that's going to do it for this lesson. Helen, again, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, and until then, bye-bye.